It's a peaceful Tuesday morning. You pour your coffee. You stroll out to the mailbox the way, you always do. And there it sits, a simple white envelope. The return address reads, Social Security Administration. You open it. And your stomach sinks. The letter states you were overpaid. It states you owe money back. And it states they're going to begin pulling it out of your monthly check. Your heart is racing. You wonder, but I didn't do anything wrong. How can they take my check? Is this even real? Please, take a breath. Because what you do over the next few days matters more than you realize. And the biggest mistake is the one nearly everyone makes first. Hello, I am Milena. I'm a senior policy analyst, and I spend my days studying the rules most people never get a chance to see. So I can explain them to you in plain English. And I want you to hear me clearly. If you receive this letter, you are not in trouble and you are not out of choices. There are genuine protections written into the law that stand on your side. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what this letter means, the deadlines you cannot afford to miss, and the precise forms that can pause the collection, and in some cases, erase the debt entirely. But stay with me until the end, because there is one hidden mistake that quietly costs seniors the most. Many people make it without even realizing, and by the time they catch on, the money is already gone. I'll show you how to avoid it. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 67. He worked his whole life, 32 years at the same company. He retired, started his Social Security, and finally felt like he could ease up a little. Robert is a careful man. He pays his bills on time. He keeps his receipts. He's the kind of person who reads the instructions. One afternoon, Robert gets a letter from Social Security. It says he was overpaid by several $1,000s. He reads it twice. He doesn't understand it. The math doesn't add up to him because he never asked for extra money. So here's what Robert did. And this is the part I need you to remember. He thought, this has to be a mistake. It was probably their error, not mine. If I just ignore it, they'll sort it out. So he put the letter in a drawer. And he waited. 30 days passed, then 60, then 90. And then one morning, Robert checked his bank account, and his Social Security deposit was cut nearly in half. Robert did almost everything right in his life, but he made one small, very human mistake. He assumed that doing nothing was safe. It wasn't. Because the law has a clock, and the clock was already running. Here's the good news for you watching right now. Robert's mistake is completely avoidable. Let me show you how. First, let's understand what this letter truly is. It's called a Notice of Overpayment. Social Security sends it when they believe they paid you more than you were supposed to receive. And here is something important. The law requires them to try to collect it back, even when the mistake was theirs, not yours. Now, why does this happen? Sometimes it's a change in income, or work that wasn't reported. Sometimes it's a change in your living situation. But very often, and I want you to hear this, it's Social Security's own calculation error. Their Inspector General has reported that a real share of these stem from agency mistakes, not from anything you did. So if you receive this letter, do not assume you're guilty. You may not be. Now, the part that frightens people most, how much can they take? For most retirement, survivor, and disability benefits, if your notice arrived after a 2025 rule change, Social Security's default is to withhold up to 50% of your monthly benefit, half your check. For SSI, Supplemental Security Income, the limit is lower, generally 10%. I'll be honest with you, this rule has shifted more than once recently. It went from 10% up to a harsh 100%, and then was pulled back to 50%. So before you act, it's always worth confirming the current rate on the official site. I'll show you exactly where in a moment. Now here is the heart of everything, the 3 deadlines. Write these down. Number 1, 30 days. The letter asks you to repay the full amount within 30 days. But, and this is the key, if you file an appeal or a waiver before that point, Social Security will not start collecting until they've reached a decision on your case. Acting early is what pauses the clock. Number 2, 60 days. You have 60 days from receiving the notice to file an appeal if you believe you were not overpaid or the amount is wrong. Number 3, 90 days. If you do nothing like Robert, the automatic withholding begins after about 90 days. That's when the money starts vanishing from your check. So now let's talk about your protections, because you have real ones, 3 of them, and each does a different job. If you disagree that you were overpaid at all, or you think the amount is wrong, you file a request for reconsideration. That's Form SSA-634. This is your appeal. If you agree you were overpaid, but it was not your fault and you cannot afford to pay it back, this is the powerful one. You file a request for waiver. That's Form SSA-634. If it's granted, you may not have to pay back anything, and there is no time limit to request a waiver. And if you agree you owe it, but taking that much every month would leave you unable to cover your basic living expenses, you file a request to change the recovery rate. That's Form SSA-634. This lowers the monthly amount they take. So remember those three: 561 to dispute it, 632 to waive it, 634 to lower it. Now, what happens if you ignore it all? You already saw it with Robert. Up to half your check, gone. And if you're no longer receiving benefits, an unpaid balance can be turned over to the Treasury Offset Program, which can intercept your federal tax refund to collect the debt. And one more warning, because this matters. Scammers know seniors are getting these letters. So let me be very clear. The real Social Security Administration will never demand payment by gift card, by wire transfer, or by cryptocurrency. They will never threaten you with immediate arrest. If anyone does that, it is a scam. Hang up. So if that letter is sitting on your table right now, here is exactly what to do. 3 steps, simple. Step 1, verify the letter is real by calling Social Security yourself. Do not call any number a stranger gives you. Call the official line 1-800-772-1213 or visit your local Social Security office. Confirm the letter is genuine and ask them to explain how they calculated the amount. You have a right to that explanation. Step 2, act within the first 30 days to pause the clock. This is the single most important move. File the right form before that 30-day mark and collection is paused while they review your case. Use 561 if you disagree. Use 632 to ask for a waiver. Use 634 to lower the monthly amount. Don't wait. Filing early is what keeps protected money in your pocket. Step 3, keep copies of everything. Make a copy of the letter. Make a copy of every form you submit. Write down the date you sent it and the name of anyone you speak to. If there's ever a dispute, your records are your protection. And now, the hidden mistake I promised you. It's the simplest one of all. The mistake is silence. It's assuming that because it might be their error, you don't have to respond. Robert learned this the hard way. Doing nothing doesn't protect you. Responding protects you. The law gives you the tools, but only if you pick them up in time. So let me leave you with this. These rules change. They change 3 times in a single year. And the people who get hurt are almost always the ones who didn't hear about the change until it was too late. So please don't rely only on a letter that shows up too late or on getting lucky with a notification. If this helped you, subscribe and turn on the bell so you catch the next update before it affects your check. And do something kind today. Share this video with one friend or family member who depends on Social Security. You might save them from Robert's mistake. And here's where I'll point you for the truth every time. Straight to the source, not to anyone claiming to be official in your messages. Bookmark the real Social Security site, ssa.gov. The overpayment page is ssa.gov/manage-benefits/resolve-overpayment. And the one phone number you can trust is 1-800-7721-213. If you ever get a message, a call, or a channel invite claiming to be an official Social Security alert service, be very careful. The real agency communicates through the mail and through ssa.gov. Anyone rushing you somewhere else deserves your suspicion, not your trust. Take care of yourself. Keep your documents close. And I'll see you in the next one. This is Milena. Stay informed and stay protected.